On a morning that both Israel and Hezbollah are escalating the conflict in Lebanon, we have a look at what could happen next. Our senior correspondent, Sasha Petrusik, tells us what he's hearing this morning from a senior officer with Israel's military. But we're going to begin with confirmation Canadians have been killed in Lebanon, and the Israeli military saying new extensive airstrikes are happening this morning. This is video showing the moment an Israeli airstrike hit a town just south of Beirut. Israel's military says forces are targeting southern Lebanon and the Bekaa Valley in the north. Experts quoted by the New York Times say the Israeli airstrikes on Monday are the most extensive ever carried out in the region. Global Affairs Canada says 2 Canadians were killed by airstrikes, but the statement doesn't say where or when. It also indicates at least 1 Canadian was injured and asked for consular assistance. Reuters is tracking deaths reported in Lebanon. The news agency reports that at least 22 people have been killed today, adding to the more than 560 killed since Monday. The Global Affairs statement repeats an urgent call for Canadians in Lebanon to leave as soon as possible. Right now, Beirut's main airport remains open, but some European airlines have canceled a handful of flights again this morning. Global Affairs estimates as many as 75,000 Canadians live in Lebanon. And in another breaking development, Hezbollah confirms it targeted Tel Aviv with a missile for the first time. This is new video into us this morning, and you can hear the air raid sirens and see Israel's air defenses intercepting that missile over Tel Aviv. The Israeli military says it was a single surface-to-surface missile. There are no reports of any injuries or damage. Hezbollah claims it was targeting the headquarters of the Mossad. The group blames the Israeli spy agency for last week's devastating and deadly attack that blew up thousands of Hezbollah pagers and walkie-talkies. Now, this latest escalation by Hezbollah and Israel's intensive airstrikes in Lebanon, all of it is raising international concerns of a wider conflict and questions about what Israel might do next. Our senior foreign correspondent is Sasha Petrusik, and he was getting some answers this morning from a senior Israeli military official.
Heather, you know, the whole idea of a ground invasion has been talked about here, but officially the government and the military has been a bit coy about that, kind of hinting, but without saying exactly what was going to happen. Yesterday was the first time that I heard a senior IDF officer basically say that we're ready to go. We're just waiting for the go-ahead from the government. We're waiting for the orders to come in. He said that the IDF and the military is basically giving Hezbollah an ultimatum, that they either move all of their fighters north of the Litani River, which runs about 5 to 30 kilometers north of the border, or there is going to be a ground incursion, a ground invasion. He said that it will be more fierce and more lethal, his words, than what we've seen in Gaza in a way, because they're going to storm in. In Gaza, they felt they were held back, they said, because of the dense population. In the area that we're talking about in southern Lebanon, it is hills, it's greenery, a few villages, but it is not as densely populated. It may also be more complicated, though, because of the hills, and that's a bit tougher for the heavy equipment that Israel has and is used to using in desert areas down in the south. He said that armored brigades and troops have been training up at the border for 3 to 4 months for exactly this scenario, and that now many more of them are there, including some of the elite forces that have fought in Gaza in the past. They have moved up to the north. They feel that they are weakening Hezbollah through these airstrikes so far, but they're saying you can't be too complacent, because Hezbollah has an arsenal of more than 200,000 missiles and rockets, and what's been destroyed so far is probably just a small fraction of that, and that Israel is going to have its work cut out for it even if it throws everything it has across the border on the ground or in the air.
Sasha, thank you very much. Now, Sasha has more reporting on this online after that conversation with the senior IDF officials. You can read it now on the front page of our CBC News website and up on the CBC News app as well.